What it do, what it does, folks. It's your boy OG Doe. We back with another video. You know what I'm saying? This time we got how Drake just proved he is the most pathetic rapper of all time by that boy Fantastic Hip Hop. We're gonna check out what little bro got to say, man, and see what he talking about. If y'all new to the channel, y'all already know, man, please make sure y'all show some love, drop a sub, drop a like, you know what I'm saying, hit that notification bell because we post every single day. I promise you it's free 99. It won't cost you a dime, just a little of your time. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. And shout out to everybody who been subbing and liking and running it up here lately, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all, man. But I will leave the link to this video in the description. That way y'all can check it out uninterrupted. Because I'm about to interrupt the hell out of it. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to check it out. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's get it rolling.
Now, right now, when it comes to the current state of Drake's career, we have somehow just reached a point where despite so much failure and embarrassing moments both on and off the mic that you can't even count him anymore, Drake has yet found another way to just prove that he is absolutely the worst thing in hip-hop right now, as after shocking the entire world by becoming the first person to ever file a lawsuit over rap beef near the end of 2024. When it comes to the first set of papers Drake has filed, which claim that Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us's over 1 billion streams were faked, and that this record was only ever pushed as hard as it was and made this popular because of machines and manipulation behind the scenes and not because people genuinely just love the song.
Are you fake it being in the club or being everywhere it was, bro? Like, it's one of the biggest songs that done came out that whole debacle y'all had, bro. You tripping. Everybody and their mama was singing it. I went home and heard my mama at wah, 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 wah. Fucking up. I'm like, hey, you know it? Everybody knew that. You tripping.
Out of nowhere, it has come out that this case between Drake and his label is now over. And all because Drake decided to withdraw his petition, which was claiming these things in the first place. And now, while there is so much that is still unknown about why Drake actually did this, what we do know for sure is that Drake was the one who had to go and decide to no longer go after the success of Not Like Us in terms of its streaming numbers, and that seemingly with him doing this, he has only managed to show just how fake and careless he is for the rest of artists everywhere. Because after saying that he was going about all of this in the first place for the betterment of all musicians and artists' rights, well, Drake has clearly shown that this was never what this was about, and while nobody knows it yet, what he just did put artists everywhere in an even worse place than ever. But now, before we go any further,
He really did. He really did. And if y'all know what he's talking about what he said in the text messages with our boy in the DMs. He was like, oh, I'm doing this for, you know, all the artists out there that's woo woo woo. You know what I'm saying? From the other people who tried to do this, but they was too, I forgot what he called them. He said they was too something. But he was talking about he think he can get it done. So your lawsuit went from that to defamation. Boy, we knew what the hell it was about in the first place. Why are you trying to play with us? We ain't crazy. That's what made me mad about the thing. Like, you trying to say, oh, no, I'm doing this for everybody. I'm trying to do it for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure we... Nah, fool. You doing this because that boy called you a PDF file. We ain't stupid. All right, come on, bro. I was born that night, not last night.
be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with this absolutely embarrassing moment from Drake, over everything else, he has just shown once again that pretty much anything he has ever said is just a way to get what he wants and to try and deceive the public, and especially his very gullible fan base who will stick by him pretty much no matter what, because again, after posing
Gullible is hell. Boy, y'all gullible.
this entire
Don't get it twisted. I was a huge Drake fan, but it was always something there, like something just ain't quite connected with this mother. It was always that. Then all this other stuff just when he started. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even saying this because Kendrick said it, but real talk. When he started saying, like, talking about catching bodies. I remember the first song I heard him say something about catching a body. You gonna make somebody around me catch a body like that? I was like, what the fuck? But no, you not. Why you doing? Ain't nobody around you gonna? Who you got around you? That's, what you doing to make somebody wanna? Boy, you won't fool nobody with that. Nah.
entire moment where he was going after Not Like Us is this time where Drake was going to be the biggest hero the industry had ever seen, and that he was going to make sure that all artists going forward get their chance to shine and have power over their labels. Although everyone who already was aware of who Drake was already knew that this was the biggest lie off the bat, now we are seeing him prove it firsthand, because
Hey Drake, they're not slow.
what this entire situation that Drake has caused all means. First off, with the case being dismissed, it is telling us that he went to the same court that he had to make these claims to in the first place, and asked them to cancel what he submitted and end this case that he was about to start and was about to kick into gear very soon. And now, while Drake's team stated that Spotify was cool with this ending seemingly, because no matter what happens between Drake and his label, they will seemingly be fine with whatever artists are running up their platforms, UMG decided to not reveal their stance about Drake doing this in the first place, and now canceling this to anyone. And it seems like this is because they aren't still just in another dispute with him, as of course Drake did throw out multiple of these things, but in reality probably because the tensions behind the scenes are only getting worse. And for Drake, this sign of him canceling these claims he was making is really showing us that, as whether he had a conversation with his label about the fact that he has no ground to win this thing with, as he hasn't just actually benefited from these tactics that he is saying Not Like Us used to become a massive hit more than any other single artist has, and that he is realizing that once this thing opened up, if the industry really exposed what's been going on with him, his image and integrity to even his fans who always believed in him could be ruined.
If that happens, I hope you delusional mother. I hope y'all really see it for what it is at this point. Cause damn, what else we got to do what else he got to do to make y'all say this boy's a goofy? You're not like us.
Or as this thing was getting closer to being more than a distraction to make things about Drake when Kendrick Lamar's new album dropped, and Drake and his team realized that they were going against the entire music industry with claims that strongest pieces of evidence were from content creators like DJ Academics. Which again, when we break down these absolute jokes of claims that Drake made, as Ak was literally one of the people whose words and information was being listed as one of the main reasons why Kendrick's Not Like Us song was not as big of a hit as we all think, that in of itself really...
The number one glazer. That's what he chose to believe. The number one glazer. You could have told Ak you farted in the air and caught it in a jar. He would have believed you. He probably would have bought the jar. He believed anything you told him. Anything you said, he was going to believe.
Just showed how bad and poorly put together the narrative Drake was trying to win back his image
Dumbass
was.
narrative.
So really, while we don't know which one of these routes went down for Drake, we are seeing with him canceling this that he didn't think this thing through. And while it is funny in a way to see that after people on his side, including himself, were hyping up that they were going to win this thing and change the industry for the better, and of course, as time went on, we saw more messages and conversations about Drake saying this exact thing, all they managed to do once again was do the same thing they did with a record like Family Matters, for example, which was show that Drake and his people will talk and talk about what they are going to do and how big their next move is going to be, but when they actually need to back it up, it will just never deliver. And it's really so funny that Drake fans are trying to somehow say that the industry are the ones who got scared of him in all of this and that they are the losers. Because despite their efforts to prop up Drake here, as he is the one who went out and canceled these major claims that he made, that in of itself is showing that he is the one who's walking away from this, which is just like what he did with the Hard Part 6, which while obviously those are very different lanes, you can't always be the one to run when things are getting too serious and out of your favor and then try to say that you still won. And now really for Drake, while again we don't know where he is going to...
He just don't know. His problem, bro, his problem, he don't know how to lose, bro. He just don't know how to lose. That's the problem. See, when you been through something and you done took L's before, you know how to take your L, bro. Take it on the chin and keep it pushing. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You just bet. They got me this time. But shit, I'm gonna go back home. Shit, get my push-ups going. You know what I'm saying? Get my cardio right. Shit, get in the gym. Get my boxing shit right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back right. He can get punched 50 times and be like, I hit you at least once though. I still punched you that one time. I really won because I feel like mine hit you harder. But your ass goofy. He gonna find a way to say this nigga goofy, bro.
go with all of this.
He'll not take no L.
from here, as he still does have another one of these things out, and maybe he will keep that one, as he does probably think he has a better chance of winning it based on the claims. What we are already starting to see with Drake's decision to try and take down the entire industry, because he lost a rap beef with the document that was hoping DJ Academic's words would hold up on the stand, is that because of the decisions Drake made and because of how quickly he is back down already. What is definitely true is that for artists everywhere, because of Drake's own inability to accept reality or have any sort of accountability over what happened in a rap beef, with this horribly drawn up set of claims that has put him on bad terms with his label. Going forward, after someone as big and complacent in everything the music industry did this decade to turn the industry at large into the generic and tiring space that it is in today, still went and stepped out of where he was supposed to be and really tried to get the people in trouble who made him who he is known as today in the first place. Well, now after witnessing this, all of these labels have taken notes and knowing how they operate, and seemingly adapt to any change when it seems like it could do anything to potentially change the system. They have surely made it way harder for every artist to even get to the point where Drake got, where he was able to even make these claims in the first place, no matter of how bad what he was saying actually was. Now, the fact that Drake only did this because he was sad about losing a rap beef, and now when an artist does come along in the future who is a real innovator, and who may have actually been able to make things better for musicians all over because they maybe had something important and valuable to say about the industry that could have changed everything as we know it. Now because Drake both made them anticipate moves like these, and when he could have just done maybe one thing to actually help the industry, he wasted a star's chance to make a breakthrough like this because, again, he tried to start off what would have been one of the most monumental points in all of music history if this was coming from a different person and under different circumstances, with a piece of paper that was trying to make claims supported by DJ Academics' word, along with himself, because let's face it, Drake canceling this after the way we have been seeing him speak is showing that he knew he was going to lose this thing. And now as we have seen...
He knew. That's why he pulled back like, nah, let me just go and chill out, bro. I ain't even about to do all that, fool. Let me just... He already took a big L. This would have been another massive public big L. But little did he know, pulling out like that, pause, is even a bigger L. It's the same L, bro. Either way it goes to L. And you can't take no L's off me. Yes, we can. We got a few of them, my boy. That must be a big ass Letterman jacket full of L's. There you talking about.
Seen a major name do something like he did under the claim that he was going to do it for all artists, but of course never actually ended up doing so, as the only reason he ever did any of this in the first place was because he was sad he lost and wanted to try and make things better for one person, and that was himself. While we don't feel any of this yet, and right now this is just another chapter in the downfall of Drake as we can see it, this entire run-in with his label is going to have so many more long-lasting effects, not because Drake is this pivotal figure who changed the industry for the better, but because from always following the worst practices in the streaming era like he did every single year before he lost to Kendrick Lamar, to now we're in this time where artists have been taking more control over their work and the industry as a whole, and maybe if everyone kept doing the right things, this could have actually naturally caused a shift, or in the case that the right person came along, they could have ended up doing what Drake said he wanted to, and if they had good reasoning and evidence, it could have been a real turning point. Now with how Drake has just managed to make every single step of even the most wrong thing a rapper can do to respond to a rap beef even more redeemable, I mean, Drake isn't just the most pathetic rapper anymore for doing things that just don't represent what hip-hop culture has and ever will stand for, but he really is the most pathetic artist in the music industry today. Because for what he just did to set back all artists because of his own immaturity is genuinely wild, and now as Drake has canceled this and is already running around on social media trying to post his good old mirror selfies, I think him backing out...
I don't get that, bro. I don't get no real nigga that's really sitting in a damn mirror. Man, who the boy? He never had nobody slap his head. That's the problem.
And looking worse, and yet another thing he's doing is going to start a further trend where even if, let's say, Drake did manage to walk out of this thing, and from an industry and label standpoint, while Kendrick Lamar now has the keys to hip-hop in every single way possible, they do let him continue to make music under decent terms. Drake is now clearly so removed from everything. He does not care about his legacy one bit or how others respect him. which ultimately is only going to cause him to act out in even more petty and embarrassing ways like the ones we are seeing. And really, with what Drake decided to cancel and what he didn't, which is of course another claim which is accusing his label of tarnishing his image with Not Like Us intentionally, I personally think he is still going to hold out on that one, and that he may even go as far as directly go after Kendrick Lamar as opposed to just the label they are on next, because for Drake at this point, as he is literally so far gone from who he even was just a few years ago, that he would publicly tell the world that he is doing something right now to stick up for artists' rights everywhere, and then just as things started to get a little too scary and maybe even harm his career a little too much than he already has, he just ran right out and left every artist in an even worse place than they have already been. Well, with stuff like this, Drake has shown that he is the most pathetic rapper of all time, because in a genre like hip-hop where word is everything, the fact that even with pathetic stuff like this, Drake can't stand on absolutely anything, overall is showing that his career is in a far worse place than we ever thought. And so now with all this said, let me know, what do you think about this very weird situation?
Man, I think this boy done messed up his career in every way, shape, form, or fashion. He's making it harder for other artists in the future. He just really doing some ignorant stuff, bro. Like, just go sit down, bro. Go sit behind the bleachers. Just go relax, fam. Just go chill out, bro. Just go chill. Just chill out, bro. This ain't it. This ain't it. You doing too much. L after L after L. Just go sit down. All you have to do, bro, I bet he wish he could take all this shit back. Just go, take your L, relax. You know what I'm saying? And just stay out the way. He could have just been working, then came back out. But instead, he doing all that. He acting like a real Karen right now. Like he's legit acting like hip hop's Karen, like for sure. That's what it's looking like. Man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know what y'all thoughts are. Is Drake tripping per usual? And or did he really mess this up for future artists? You know what I'm saying? To do business with on this grand of a scale, as far as with the label helping them out with pushing their songs and pushing them to, you know what I'm saying, be number one with the antics that they use, or the methods that they use. Let me say that. I don't say antics, but with the methods that they use, with the whole, you know what I'm saying, putting them in different playlists and pushing them to be number one. I think he low-key messed it up for a lot of people. Or messed up how it's done, me personally. But let me know what y'all think, man. If y'all made it this far in the video, make sure y'all drop a like, man. Show some love. Sub to the channel. We'll love to have you. We still growing. We're trying to get to that first 1,000 subs. We'll love to have you a part of that. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, like I said, it's free $99. Won't cost you a dime, just a little of your time. With that being said, man, that's it for this video. Y'all know the slogan. Y'all boys be cool. How y'all be cool? Make sure y'all tell somebody you love them, man. Most of all, stay safe, stay dangerous. Till next time, we'll catch y'all in the next live. OG Gang out. Peace.